Hello, online world geography students. Welcome to another week of learning. This is the very, very final week of quarter one. Everything we do on this semester, excuse me, this week will be going on quarter two. So if you guys can get work into me from Unit A, Unit B, I can, if you can get in by like Wednesday, I might be able to get it in on your grade this quarter. If you really fell behind and you're having some big issues with online learning or virtual learning, my intention is that you learn. I don't want to give you a grade if you're still motivated to go back and do the work and learn that information. So if you have an extenuating circumstance or you would like an extension for first quarter, um, please email me. I'd love to work with you. Now let's move on to what I expect for you for this week. Number one, like I said, I can accept that late work until Wednesday, October 14th, if you'll get that in for me. A couple of things real quick. If you haven't noticed yet, my class is very sequential. If you go into our modules and you click on the beginning, all you do is, you can just click next and it takes you through every assignment. This next button, really helpful. If you finish something, you click next till you're done. You're done. That's it. Now, I also post a video like this one that you're looking at once a week that explains what I expect this week. I also give you some links to those assignments. I put those links in order on this as they are in order on in the modules in Canvas. Definitely try to go for the modules. Anyway, this week we're learning about Earth-Sun relationships and latitude on the planet. The Earth-Sun relationships assignment is a Nearpod, and it goes through some information about this big chunk of rock that we get to live on and its relationship to the Earth. A lot of what we're going to talk about is rotation, the Earth spinning around one time, revolution as that Earth spins around the sun, and then axis, how our Earth is tilted on an axis of 23.5 degrees. This Nearpod, it goes into and explains a lot of that for you as well. There is some questions you need to answer in this. And in order to get credit for the Nearpod, you need to answer those correctly. You have multiple tries in order to do it. Please do it. The next assignment, like I said, you can click here where it says latitude Nearpod, or you can click next like I just showed you here. And this is another Nearpod. This is going to tell you about some specific lines on our planet that we use to differentiate between temperate zones. Tropical, temperate, and polar zones on our planet. And those are between 23.5 degrees north, 23.5 degrees south. That's the Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. That's the tropic. Between 23.5 degrees, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, we go up to our climate up here in on our planet, which is the temperate zone, where we have 4 seasons, and that has to do with the axis of the Earth. You'll learn more about that. And then the last assignment is where you practice some of that stuff in latitude. And that assignment looks like this. If you feel like this assignment is easy, you can skip the rest of the video. I'm going to go through the assignment real quick. So all you have to do is kind of listen to the video and we'll go over it. I'm not going to type the answers as I'm talking to you. I'm probably going to say it out loud and I will go over it. So here we go. Here is Africa. This is a map that we've pasted into this worksheet. The first thing says, using the map of Africa, name 3 countries in Africa that are in the low latitudes. Now, low latitudes are latitudes that are closer to the equator. So that means in between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. So we need to name 3 countries that are in these low latitudes. There are a lot in Africa, so I'm going to name a couple. All of these are answers number one. Eritrea, Sudan, Ethiopia, Djibouti, South Sudan, Uganda, Kenya, Central African Republic, Chad, Niger, Togo, Nigeria, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Gambia, Cape Verde. All of those work. Why do the low latitudes generally have this kind of climate? The low latitudes have this kind of climate because they don't experience seasons. They don't have 4 seasons like we do in the temperate climate. They're closer to the equator, so they have 12 hours of direct sunlight every day, year round. Using the same map, the one we're looking at, it says name 3 countries that are at least partially in the mid latitudes. That means between the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn and the Arctic Circle or the Antarctic Circle. So here are a few: South Africa, Lesotho, Swaziland, Libya, Egypt, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, Western Sahara. Those are all at least partially in the mid latitudes. Now we're moving on to a big map. Again, this is only this assignment that I'm going over right now. So if you feel like you can do it without me, go ahead. I'm just going to kind of go through it, give you help. What latitude belt is the United States minus Alaska and Hawaii in, and how does it affect our climate? We are in the latitude belt that is in the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle. That is a temperate climate. How does that impact us? We have 4 seasons. We have hot summers, cold winters, and less intense shoulder seasons, spring and fall. Why do places in the mid latitudes have various seasons? That is caused due to the axis of the Earth and the revolution around the sun. You'll have that information from previous Nearpod. The continent of Asia has land in all 3 latitude belts. Name 2 countries in Asia for each latitude belt. 2 countries in Asia in the low latitude belts. Remember, that's close to the equator. We have Thailand, Bangladesh, Laos, Vietnam, India, Sri Lanka, all of those. Oh, Singapore is right there as well. All of those countries are in the low latitude belt. Fun fact, Singapore has made chewing gum illegal. I wonder what the black market is there for chewing gum. All right, next, mid-latitude. That means in between the Tropic of Cancer or Capricorn and the Arctic Circle or the Antarctic Circle. So there is 2 countries in Asia for mid-latitude. That's everything from here to here. So we have Russia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Qatar, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Turkey. That's the only Asian country I've been to. China, Mongolia, North Korea, South Korea, Japan, all of those are mid-latitude. It's a very mid-latitude heavy continent. And only 1 country in Asia, and that is Russia. Next, it says there are only 6 countries that are in the high latitude belts. Name all 6. There is more than 6, but we'll go over a few of them. Russia, Finland, Sweden, Norway. There is an island in Iceland that's above it. Greenland, Canada, because you see Canada here. Alaska, because it's part of the United States. Yeah, just name 6 though. It's fine. What continent is almost entirely in the high latitude belt? What is the climate like there, and why is it like that? The one that is almost entirely in the high latitude belt is Antarctica. And you see it under here. It's almost entirely. What is the climate like there? It's very cold. And why? Because it has the least amount of direct sunlight. And that is why. How does being in a high latitude belt impact the lives of people who live here? Let me give you an example. The Inuit people, or Eskimo, depending on who you're talking to, they subsist almost entirely off animal protein. They eat almost no vegetables. And the reason they do that is because they have learned how to eat animals so that they can get all of the nutrients they need. Um, that is one of the things. Think about this here, 2 hours of light or darkness. If you live above the Arctic Circle, there are days that the sun does not rise in the winter. But that is also on the flip side that there are days the sun does not set in summer. So you get like 3 or 4 days the sun doesn't set. It's a pretty crazy thing. So think about how that affects the lives of people. They live like these really drastic seasons. Um, they have to have very good shelters. They have to learn how to at least ferment their food. If you look at the cultures, which we will be doing, of Scandinavia up here or northern Russia, they do a lot of fermentation or pickling, canning, that kind of stuff. Like I said, the Inuit tribe up here have learned that if they're going to eat all meat because that's what they have available, they have to have a high fat diet to feed their body. They have to have very good, very warm shelters, lots of things like that. And that is that whole assignment. So if you just watched this video and you filled in the information I just gave you, you do the 2 Nearpods, that's it for the week, guys. Again, I would love to hear from you. If you want to email me, I'm usually really quick. If it's during school hours, I'm usually answer you right back, but if not, it's just a couple hours. I appreciate all the hard work. Those of you have done, those of you that haven't, please reach out. I'd love to get you going on some of this stuff. As we say here at Fort Harriman, we love you, we care about you, make it a great day.